Imagine this. Keke Palmer, the beloved actress, singer, and host, is all set to drop a bombshell interview on her hit podcast, Baby. This is Keke Palmer. The guest? None other than Jonathan Majors, the embattled actor fresh off a press tour for his new film. Fans are buzzing, the promo is out, and the episode is slated for April 8th, 2025. Then, poof, it vanishes. Replaced with an interview with rapper Cash Doll, the episode disappears without a trace, leaving fans stunned and social media ablaze. Why did Keke pull the plug? Was it her call? Or was she forced to silence a conversation that could have changed the narrative? Buckle up, because this story is a roller coaster of controversy, loyalty, and the power of public opinion. Who, what, where, why it matters. In early April 2025, Keke Palmer, the multi-hyphenate star known for her roles in Nope and Hustlers, teased a major episode of her podcast featuring Jonathan Majors, an actor whose career took a nosedive after a 2023 conviction for assault and harassment. The interview was meant to be part of Majors' promotional push for Magazine Dreams, a film that marked his attempt at a Hollywood comeback. But when the episode failed to drop, fans noticed immediately. Social media erupted with questions, criticism, and speculation. Why would Keke, a fan favorite known for her relatability and authenticity, give a platform to someone with such a controversial past? The backlash was swift and fierce. Ex-users called the decision insensitive, pointing to Majors' legal troubles and the broader conversation about accountability in Hollywood. One user wrote, "Keke are wrong for not putting Jonathan Majors on," while others questioned why she'd even consider the interview. The controversy wasn't just about Majors. It was about Keke's judgment, her brand, and the expectations of her loyal fanbase. Palmer finally broke her silence on June 27, 2025, during an appearance on The Breakfast Club with Angela Yee. "I'm here to be unbiased," she declared, defending her decision to record the interview. "We sit down with serial killers. You don't agree with everything they did, but you got to have the conversation." Her stance was clear. As a journalist and host, she believes in letting people tell their stories, regardless of their past. But the decision to shelve the episode wasn't entirely hers. Palmer hinted that her podcast partners made the call to pull it, citing the public's reaction. "People felt it was insensitive, and I always want to be respectful and understand where everybody's coming from," she said. This saga matters because it's more than just a canceled podcast episode. It's a clash of values: free speech versus accountability, personal loyalty versus public perception, and the role of a host in navigating it all. Keke's decision, or lack thereof, sparked a broader debate about who gets a platform and when, especially in an industry where redemption arcs are both coveted and scrutinized. The fallout and reactions. Picture the scene. It's April 8th, 2025, and fans are eagerly refreshing their podcast feeds for the latest Baby. This is Keke Palmer episode. Instead of Majors' voice, they hear Cash Doll's. Confusion turns to outrage as X lights up with reactions. "What happened to the Jonathan Majors episode?" One user demands. Another posts, "Keke, you're better than this. Why give him a platform?" The hashtag Keke Palmer trends, with fans split between those defending her journalistic integrity and those slamming her for even considering the interview. The media didn't hold back either. Outlets like The Root and The Griot ran headlines like, "Keke Palmer finally addresses what happened to her anticipated interview with Jonathan Majors," and "Keke Palmer addresses the backlash behind her teased interview with Jonathan Majors." Entertainment Weekly quoted Palmer's Breakfast Club appearance, emphasizing her desire to remain unbiased. "I'm here to be unbiased, but people felt it was insensitive." The narrative was clear. Keke was caught in a firestorm, torn between her principles and her audience's expectations. But the story gets juicier. Palmer revealed a personal connection to Majors through his partner, Megan Good, a close friend. "I wasn't fully on board with pulling it," she admitted on The Breakfast Club, hinting at her loyalty to Good. This added a layer of complexity. Keke wasn't just a host making a professional call. She was navigating personal relationships in the public eye. Ex-users picked up on this, with one writing, "Keke said all of that to say, Jonathan got the interview because Megan is her people, and that's Megan's man." The comment cut deep, suggesting Keke's decision was influenced by personal ties rather than pure journalism. The fallout wasn't just online. Palmer's podcast partners, likely wary of the PR nightmare, made the executive decision to scrap the episode. "While I lead the creative direction, the partners I work with decided it would be best to pull it," Palmer explained. This revelation sparked speculation about who these partners were and how much control Keke really had. Was she a victim of corporate pressure, or was she subtly dodging accountability? The ambiguity only fueled the drama. The bigger picture. To understand this controversy, we need to zoom out. Jonathan Majors was once Hollywood's rising star, with roles in Lovecraft Country and Creed III. But in 2023, he was convicted of assault and harassment in a domestic violence case, derailing his career. His press tour for Magazine Dreams in March 2025 was a calculated attempt to reclaim his narrative, but the public wasn't ready to forgive. When Keke teased the interview, it was seen as a bold or reckless move, given the timing and Major's tarnished reputation. Keke Palmer, on the other hand, is a cultural icon. From her breakout role in Aquila and the Bee to her Emmy-winning hosting gigs and her 2025 visual album Just Keke, she's built a reputation as a relatable, no-nonsense star. Her podcast, Baby, This is Keke Palmer, is a platform for candid conversations, often featuring A-listers like SZA and Daniel Kaluuya. But it's also a space where Keke's authenticity shines, making the Majors controversy a rare misstep for a star known for reading the room. This isn't the first time Keke has faced public scrutiny. In 2023, she navigated a high-profile breakup with Darius Jackson, the father of her son, which played out on social media. Her ability to handle personal drama with grace made fans expect better judgment in her professional choices. The Majors interview, however, tested that trust. It also highlighted the tightrope Black women in entertainment walk. Keke's decision to interview Majors was seen by some as a betrayal of the accountability culture, especially in the context of domestic violence. The broader context of Hollywood's redemption culture is also at play. Stars like Robert Downey Jr. and Johnny Depp have bounced back from controversy, but Majors' case, tied to domestic violence, hits a different nerve. Keke's defense: "We sit down with serial killers," echoes a journalistic principle, but clashed with a public demanding moral clarity. Her connection to Megan Good added another layer, raising questions about loyalty versus ethics in an industry where relationships often dictate opportunities. Here's where I get real. Keke Palmer is in a tough spot. As a Black woman in Hollywood, she's constantly juggling expectations. Be authentic, be bold, but don't cross the line.